Hello guys, welcome back to our second go in the Beetle, round 2 of the new season at the seaside. Qualified in 4th in this one. Let's see what kind of start we got off the Beetle. We're trying to learn how much revs and stuff to put into this here. Did we get it right at the start of this one? Oh, slightly too much wheel spinning. We had to lift off out of that shit. And that's a poor run from qualifying in 4th. We're trying to make our way over to the inside now here just to be safe. And we'll just try and lift and just survive. I was like, oh, go mad in that first corner. And hopefully there's no penalty for us there. Nothing we did. Down to 6th. But the wee bunch of leaders is still there if we can. Oh, this guy's a glitcher as well, and I've dropped it back wheel on the first lap. Oh dear, it's all went wrong in this one. Look at the penalties. And after a real good qualifying in this, putting ourselves in 4th place, it has started all wrong in the first lap. Down to 15th place. And a lot of work to do now. Up to 14th if someone throws away his race. This one, if I remember correctly, was all about the fuel. Everyone had to do a pit stop in order for a splash of fuel. There was no change of tyres even in the pit stop. We just fuel saved as much as we could the whole race, and came in for a pit stop when we had to. We felt like there was no need coming in until you were out of fuel. And we'll stay running as long as we can for as late as we can. That was our idea. So all going terribly wrong on the first lap for us. Up to 13th. What is our door number? Our door number on this is number 16. So we'll still be able to improve ourselves and get a good result here if we can start to make our way back as more. Let's go back and have another look at that from on board. See someone going out. Small contact from us in the rear. No harm done, but and we're up to 12th. You can see here, getting up into 7th gear as quickly as we can and try and look after the fuel. The Beetle is actually terrible on fuel when you're revving it. When you're changing gear and driving it just normal, even in the middle of the revs, it's shockingly poor on its fuel. However, it does not lose a lot of speed when you change really early, and it does have 7 gears. So if you can keep those revs, down to a minimum, you can still have a reasonably good fuel saving car underneath you. You need to be in the slipstream. You can see we're not allowing the revs really to come at all. we're not going to get a pass here. There's no moves to be done. Best just to get her up into 7th gear as quickly and as early as we can, and we'll let these guys have a fight in a battle amongst themselves. Hopefully pick them off one at a time. And Sam there, we actually stopped them from spinning as well. We'll have another quick look at that. You see Sam did a regular in our lobbies as well. Small contact there, almost. Not sure what happened on Sam's screen, but he was lucky. Hardly any contact at all, and it threatened to put him into a spin if we hadn't have been there for him to hit into it. And here he is coming back, getting a bit tight, and we'll just try and be patient, nice and easy. And again, short shifting as early as we can up to top gear. We're happy to lose spots. We're saving a shitload of fuel. And you'll see lifting and coasting is a huge part of looking after the fuel as well, as everyone's getting a wee bit eager. And we've dropped down. That wee spell hasn't worked out too good for us. And this is the laggy guy. Up to 11th, wee bit of a gap, still behind us. And again, we're right here. We'll probably get her up to 7th gear as quick as we can here. There we go. And again, very unlucky just with how things are going. So Jesus behind us now, or Jesus. Starting to rev that car a wee bit more now. We're wanting ahead of these guys. You see, every now and again our brake pedals flickering and coming on. We do have a spell, I don't know if it was in this race or not, but we're not long after stripping our pedals because we were having problems in our races with the brakes sticking on. And again, all about trying to keep our patience here. These other guys are hopefully going through a lot more fuel than what we're going through, and we'll be able to tell that whenever guys start pitting in because if they have strategy in their head, or they've thought about it. I don't think they should really be coming into the pits until they're running out of fuel. That's the ideal time to come in. Even if you can make your fuel last till the last lap, then don't come in for a pit until the last lap. Have a wee splash and dash and run as light as you can for as long as you can. There may be some people spot a wee gap in the field and think to themselves, oh, I'll use this wee gap to go in and get a wee splash of fuel that's required. And again, our tactic was to get up into 7th, going round that chicane bit, just for the fuel saving. Okay, let's have a bit of a skip. Find yourselves in a wee gap in 11th place. On with a skip. Still in a wee bit of space. More guys now starting to come into the pits, which we're quite happy with. Again, you see the flashing of the brake lights coming from the back there. That's just a small sticks. If you watch the brake indicator as well, I'm not sure if it's... I do believe we struggled in this race. This is when we started noticing it, and then maybe over the next couple of rounds it got that bad for us, where we just had to bite the bullet. We had to strip them and give them a proper clean out. And touch wood, from we've done that, we haven't had any other problems with them, so hopefully our pedals have been sorted. And the fact it is in this race, and I do believe in the next race, round 3 was at Suzuka in the Sirocco, and I think they were that bad. That's when we decided we had to take them apart and strip them, and then we ended up only having one chance at Suzuka as Mr. Jesus, or Jesus. Makes the move. We're down to 6th. Space behind us, but onwards with the skip, and he's into the pits. We're up to 4th. In my practice races that I had at this one, I was convinced that, and there you see the brakes sticking on us again coming down that hill. But just, I was convinced in this race, and that if from the start I had a fully focused on fuel saving, that I could have done a no stopper. But again, kinda needed it to fall right. I always seemed to feel that way once we got to about lap 6 or lap 7 and I looked at my fuel, and I hadn't really been concentrating a whole lot on fuel saving, usually in the first 5 or 6 laps. concentrating more on staying in the slipstream and stuff. But then by the time it got to lap 7 and lap 8 and I was looking at the fuel, the brain started thinking to itself, you know, if I just fuel save from the very start of the race, I could do a no stopper here, not a problem. But again, just having to be lucky in order to stay in that slipstream and be able to maintain good speed while fuel saving so much. And we've pulled ourselves right back up into 4th place here, and we've got the leader. The battle for the win is right in front of us here now. We do still have a pit stop to do. Unsure whether these guys have already done this or not. Assant then made his way up to 5th and behind us now. And our fuel is getting low. This will have to be our pit lap here, I would imagine, or do we stretch it out for one more? And have these guys already been in? Surely they've already been in then. This couldn't be the real battle for the lead here. Indeed, they've already been in for their stab, and in will come a splash and dash. You can see no tyres required at all, just a wee splash of fuel, and where do we come back out? Oh dear, oh, it's not as bad as what we thought. 7th, but make that 8th, or will we even make it 9th? We'll go defensive, and we'll hang on to 8th. Onwards with a skip while we can. Still guys on our ass, but we're up to 8th. Not a bad result considering the stuff that's happened to us. We've tagged him ever so slightly. I'm gonna drop back off in behind him again. Has anyone got a run on us? It looks like he does. And down to 9th we go. And he's a glitcher as well. Someone bouncing in for a pit. Back up to 8th then, that is. Last lap of the race. Is there anything else to be had? In the top 6 right here, if we can pick off 2 of them. Again, slightly unlucky there, just his glitching. Hard to read. And again, we're threatening to throw one on him, which made him panic and throw his own one. And the gap, my goodness. Talk about being unlucky. We have had an unlucky race here. Not down to 12th. I'm gonna skip that on home. That looks like all she's wrote. 12th place. The handbreaker for the fans as usual. But bitterly disappointing. Still improved on our door number though. Catch you next time.